Hi Tanvi. Thank you for joining me today. How are you?
I'm fine, sir, and thank you for you to joining me. And I'm so happy to finally meet you online also.
So Tanvi, tell me about your book. First of all, is it your first book?
Yeah, it's my very first book.
hmm And so tell me about it. Tell me why did you write it, about the writing journey.
Yeah, I wrote it because I wanted to share my story. Like these things I've written in my books are actually what I experienced. Some of them are my mistakes I have done in life, and I wanted to people know that to not do the mistakes again. Like the first chapter is the worst mistake I've done in my life, and I think many people go through it. So I just wanted to, spread awareness.
Uh, can you show us the book? Like, what's the name of your book?
The
The
secrets,
Secret.
because there's some of the secrets.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how old are you?
I am just 12, but my birthday is going to come, so I'm gonna turn 13 soon.
And where are you from?
I'm from Punjab actually,
Okay,
in
so
India.
and did you always want to write a book, or did you just wrote it because you heard about BriBooks, etc.?
Not always, but I've wanted to write book when it was like pandemic all over the world. Then I got to know about like I joined some classes of English communication, and there my love for writing and reading started. Before that, I was
Okay.
not so interested.
Okay. So you decide to write the book. Did you know what you're going to write about? Did you have the idea from the first minute, or did you have to come up with an idea?
I didn't actually had no idea at all. But I just asked my father, what should I write about? And he told like, you should choose my story because you have like a lot to tell people. And I just thought I should go with it. And the first thing I remember was like this incident that happened in my life. I started writing. After that, I had to search for some time, like second chapter of the book. But first was
Mhm.
like easy.
So I'm always looking for advice for other young authors that are writing the book. So uh you're not sure, you're saying you're asking your dad, but how do you actually start writing? Do you start just putting words out there? Do you start planning every letter? How was the feeling, or what was the technique of writing the book?
It was like a nice feeling, a very like warm feeling because writing your book is something that's very nice. If you love writing, someone as a person as me who loves writing, it was not a burden, or it was just something I wanted to always do, something I wished. So it was not at all a burden, but I actually loved it. And I just wrote my thoughts, wrote the things I always wanted to. And I think all the authors should also do what they want to. Like, they don't have to think much, I think. If you have to write like fantasy and fictional, you have to think. But if you're writing real incidents, then it's like just write it down.
So you chose something that is like your own personal experience, your own experiences in life, and you take it from your head or from your experience, and you just put it into words. And you start adding one experience and another experience and another experience. And how is the form? How is the book forming at this stage? Do you already know how it's going to look like at the end, or at this point you're just putting more and more stories?
I didn't really knew. I was just putting some stories, but the best outcome that book, the best thing was of this book was that when it arrived and I first saw it, I was like, wow, it's more than my expectations because the print was so nice, and I was like, wow, I didn't expect so much, like so good.
Did you use the images? Did you use like the page design when you were writing the book?
Yeah, I
Eh,
chose it, but I was like, I didn't knew that it was gonna be like so good, like so good looking in real life.
okay. Oh, you didn't even understand. And did you use them also to come up with stories, or do you just put the story and then you say, okay, let's figure out what images fit my story?
Honestly, I first wrote the stories because I was like, I will choose the images before, because like there were so many pages and I was not able to understand which image should I go with, because it's my first time exploring such a platform. So I chose that last minute all the images.
No, because this is actually a very good advice for young authors. Some young authors prefer to first of all look at the visual, and the visual help them develop the story. Other young authors prefer to just write everything, and then they refer to design as more design element, like you did. So you're wrapping everything. You're getting to the final book. Do you get anybody to read it before, or just it's only you at the beginning?
Uh, it was mostly me, but I just took some advice from my brother because I was lacking at last. Like, what should I write in chapter? And he knows me the most, like, honestly. So I was like, I should ask him because sometimes I don't remember what happened in my life. So he gave me some hint, like, you should write on this. So one chapter is based on, like, what he told me. Rest he
Okay.
didn't read.
Okay, so you get some advice. You finish the book. The book is ready. You publish it. Is designing the front cover, and is it a big deal, or you just go with like something very instinctual, and you just go with
Uh,
that?
it was quite a big deal for me because I was first time doing it. I was like, my front cover should be nice, it should be something, and choosing the title was most difficult. Again, I asked my father
Uh-huh.
because he's like the person I always ask things, and he told me, right, this I did without giving a thought. But choosing the cover was like a big, very big deal for me. Like, I took most of the time on it. But yeah, there are so many options, I was little confused, but it's a nice thing also. They were nice
It
covers, so I was very confused, honestly.
when one of my advices for young authors is that they need to think about, once the book is ready or almost ready, they need to think about the book as a product, and the most critical things that somebody sees are the cover. Just think about yourself when you walk going to a
Yeah,
bookshop, right?
same. I
So
also did the cover.
Okay, good. So the cover is critical. How do you describe yourself? What is like your back cover? Because because this is the second thing somebody will check. They will say, "Oh, this looks like an interesting book. Who wrote it?" And they look who wrote it. So you want to say something interesting about yourself. And then the last and the most critical thing is the first line of the book. I actually know a famous author, very famous author, who won the Pulitzer Award, and he told me that sometimes he spends months just deciding what will be the first line of the book, because the first line of the book is what encouraged somebody to read. So
Yeah,
you're the same. Okay, so you understand this, you wrap it up, you publish it. What you do next? Because I'll tell you why I'm asking the question. It's very different. Some young authors, they write a book, they get one copy for themselves, they put it at home, and that's enough for them. Some are getting it, they get into the experience of becoming a known authors, which means promoting it, selling it, doing other. So I'm curious, when you finish the book, what was your goal at this moment, if you had a goal?
yeah. I was like searching all over the platforms that how should I promote my book because I had no idea. I was like, I have to dig in, like, what should I do to promote? I sent it to some of my teachers, like you also recommended on your platform that what should you do. I also saw that and I was like, I should send to my English teacher. I sent it to all my English teacher I had in all my life, and most of them replied, and it was nice. And then I also thought that I should email other people to ask for things, and like some of them said yes, so it was nice. I think that you should firstly ask someone. That's the most thing. Like, don't just sit, do this stuff, get up and find yourself. It's easy actually if you get up, just do.
Okay, so you start promoting your book with your teachers, with friends, via emails. Did you have to create another version? Do you get like people saying, "Oh, you should correct page 5," or something like this, or it was clear from day one, from the beginning?
it was clear almost, but somehow I at some page I wrote something misspelled. When I read the book myself, I was like, I wrote something that didn't mean anything. Like, I don't know, it was just a misspelled word. So I just cut it. That was the only thing.
Yeah. So by the way, this is another very important advice for young authors. When you publish the book, first have your friend, your inner circle, your family and close friend read it. Few of them, ask them for feedback. And because you when you write so much, you're blind to some things, and somebody can say, if you have a mistake here, or page 27, I didn't really understand what you were trying to say. And then only when you do a correction, this is actually the time to try to promote it in a big way. So by the way, like how many copies did you sell? I'm just
How many copies did I buy myself?
no, did you sell, buy, like how many copies of the book was sold?
I didn't sold so much. Was just I don't remember honestly. It was just four, but like those four meant the wider to me, because
Right,
it was very nice.
right. So
And
so people. Go ahead.
some of them are like, I'm going to buy more now and sell them to my friends. Like I'm more like I will buy and then sell personal. So
Okay.
yeah, it's like
So
I'm
so
gonna buy.
so, so you didn't go into like the really selling journey. You said, okay, this is my book. I want to share it with the world. You're more excited from the sharing rather than the selling, right? If I understood correctly.
Yeah, I was more of a sharing.
Sharing. Yeah, because again, here we have two versions as well. Actually three. We have young authors that just said, this is my book, this is mine, this is next to me, and that's enough. We have the sharing, people that are just saying, oh, I want to send you my book and stuff like this. And then we have the selling. By the way, my kids are very different. I have both at home. And there for them, they start like a very complicated journey. So last question. What did you enjoy best about writing a book? Well, I actually have two questions. So this is the first one. What did you enjoy best about writing a book?
It was the whole journey, but the most perfect time was like when the book ended, because and when it was like published, because I could see that how many people are seeing it, how many are viewing or whatever the reviews. So it was the best time because I could see my art into like life, because it was all together. And the second best part was when the book came, like it was all published and with me in my hands. It was so happy to see my picture at the back. Like, yeah, I have written this book. I should be proud of myself. And
Mhm.
yeah, that was the best.
Okay, last question. One advice, key advice that you want to give to a young author that is about to just starting his or her book, or writing book. One advice.
I would like to advise that just do some, like, just write it. Don't think so much. Don't overload yourself like as a burden. Because when you write your own thoughts and when you write without any burden, because books are not meant to be a burden, they're meant to relieve you, and reading also. You should just write as you feel without any burden. Just be yourself and write it.
One, I love it. Just do it. Just put your words out there. And can you show us the book one more time if people want to buy your book, or the secrets? So look for the secrets on BriBooks. And thank you, Tanvi, so much. And keep writing. Will you write another book?
I'm thinking of writing another book. Like now it's my summer vacations, but I have some of the work, but I'm gonna write it after summer vacations for sure, after my exams,
Perfect.
after
So
July.
good luck with the exams. Good luck with your next book. And it's a pleasure to talk
Thank
to
you.
you. Thank you so much.
It was good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.